What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome back to Unitedverse, everybody. I am Sean. This is Dylan, and this is the Kickabout. Sorry about that if you guys were caught off guard. Dylan and I were just chatting behind the scenes. We're both exhausted, and I'm like, I need to maximum effort second win this shit, dude. Dylan, how you doing, man?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah,
Just trying to, like we said, we were talking about before, just making it through everything and keeping organized or trying to keep organized. And
yeah.
yeah,
Everyone's tired, dude. I went out and kicked the ball around for like an hour and a half yesterday. Literally, probably took about, I would say, not even a word of a lie, like a minimum 100 free kicks just over and over and over again. My right leg is absolutely on fire. Watch me walking up the stairs is I'm like a pirate, man. I'm like, it's ridiculous, but happy to say free kicks are still on point, so we're good to go
nice.
there. United, just saying, I'm right here. And Danny's tired too. Big up,
Danny,
Danny. Good to see you,
oh man,
man.
I get you.
I don't know what it is, man. So it's the weather change. If it's just
hmm
because it's darker now and stuff.
Yeah,
Like it used to, like
I think
summertime.
that's
It's
part of it.
6 a.m. It's bright and sunny, but now it doesn't get sunny until like 8:30, and I'm like, ugh. I just don't want to get up. But we are back, you guys. This is the Kickabout where Dylan, I, and of course all of you guys, we sort of have a little bit of a freestyle chat just about, the United related stuff of the last week or so. Sometimes that's match stuff, sometimes it's news, sometimes like today, a bit of a rehash of what we talk about, but it's good to go a little deeper. Good to get Dylan's perspective as well, because that's the one of the most important things in life, right? Is perspective, and that involves other people. So
Mhm.
we are to do that. We've got a bit of
Can
a
I
packed
can I
show.
quote you on that for my students? Perspective from other people is important for life. Like
Yeah,
that could
perspective, man.
be.
Yeah, it's
They
like
don't seem to quite get that. It's very frustrating right now.
I call it like I call it like triangulation, like mental triangulation. You
hmm
takes like 3 points to kind of get the position of
Yes.
something. So it takes like a couple different it's like a rule of three. Stools, you got to have three legs. You got the triangulation. It's just how it works. So yes, perspective. That's why you go to the museum. You go to look at sculptures. Most of the sculptures are not like up against the wall, right? You kind of just like the good ones are in like their space. You got to move around. You got to see it at different angles and things like that.
hmm
Perspective. Everything looks the same if you only look at it from one angle. So. In any case, we do have a bit of a packed show, so we are going to dive in. Get your questions in as
Sorry,
well.
guys.
Uh-oh. Minnie, what's up, Minnie?
We have
I'm
a
letting you.
guest.
Minnie, how's it going, Minnie?
She's
Um,
recovering well from her surgery, so
yeah, she got the old
uh,
snip snip, huh?
she got the snip snip, and she
Yeah,
doesn't even seem like it's bothered her at all.
I've found that that's a problem though. These dogs just don't even understand, and
Yeah,
so like they could
yeah.
hurt themselves. Man, I got this dog recovering from her ACL, and she wants to play
hmm
and go on walks, and I'm like, you can't, because
Yeah,
you want to do another 2 months of this shit. Like, just chill,
exactly.
dog. Try to tell an Aussie Border Collie mix to chill out, and she'll just look at you like, what the fuck, dude? What are you talking about? Every time I turn around, she's got a mouthful of toys. Literally at least three toys in her mouth at once. So it's a little bit ridiculous. So we're going to chat about this, that, and everything else. A lot of ownership chat. If you guys can see in the poll, I've got a poll there for you. I want to know what you guys think. What are you guys looking for in owner? Because we're going to talk about that a little bit. We got some thoughts on Rashford and whatnot as well. First and foremost, big ups. Congrats to Lenny Euro. I don't know if you saw Dylan. Top 25 finalist for the European Golden Boy
hmm
this year, Lenny Euro. So big up, Lenny. Congratulations, my guy.
Nice job. Well
Big
deserved.
up. Yeah, no, he's been an absolute monster
Yes.
for us. Congrats also to Gabriel Biancheri, who got a goal for
hmm
the Wales under-21s on Monday, scored the winner in a 2-0 win over Australia in a qualifier. Big up Ahmad for a stellar showing for the Ivory Coast the other day. He got an assist, and he scored directly from a free
That
kick.
free kick was
Whew, it's good. I liked his assists for, I think it was Kessier, who I always wanted Kessier. Now, I loved Kessier,
hmm
um, but yeah, got a couple of United youngsters out there doing their thing. Good to see. Speaking of under 20, do you watch any of the under 20 World Cup at all?
I have not, but I've kind of kept tabs on some things going on.
Yeah,
So
I was watching France Morocco earlier. When I left, it was 1-1. I am putting together an under 20 World Cup best 11 video because I've been watching a lot of these matches. So I've got that coming up once it's
nice.
all done and dusted. But What do you make? So you haven't watched it. So I was watching it earlier today, and this might have been the first time I've seen this used during this tournament. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but apparently they've, instead of straight up VAR for this tournament, they've got a challenge system, kind of like the NFL. So each
Okay.
coach, two challenges. If there's like they think there's a penalty shout or something, they got a challenge, and the ref goes over and looks at it. Now, if they get it right and they award the pen like Morocco did today, they don't lose one of their challenges. They still have two challenges, but they get it wrong, they lose one. Similar to like the NFL system, right?
Yeah.
What do you make of that in football?
That adds a little bit of fun to it, I think. Like fans could definitely get involved with that and be like, "Hey, this is challenging" and things like that. They could have their own polls and stuff like that. But yeah, that adds some. It changes VAR a little bit because it if VAR misses something and say the coaches like we notice it all the time on replays, like VAR misses something and then we can see it. That could change outcomes. That could be game changers in terms of momentum, like you talked about here with the goal on penalties. That could change how the whole entire the game is going to go. So that I'm not opposed to it. I'm just going to say I'm not opposed to it. I think we definitely need to have, if that's the rule for the challenges, like if you keep your challenge, would you say two challenges?
Yeah, you get two challenges, right? If they
Yeah.
want to say like, "Oh, I think that was a pen," and
Yeah.
they use, and then if it is, then they keep that challenge. So, again, similar to
Yeah.
how the NFL does their challenge, their
Yeah.
flags, right? Um,
And then they
I,
lose. Do they lose? Just to clarify, do they lose if they don't get it right? Do they lose the other challenge they had because they're
no,
using the one out?
yeah, it's like the timeout system, right?
Okay.
In NFL, like you lose your timeout, right? One of your timeouts, basically.
Okay.
Um, so basically the same thing. I like it. I like it honestly because it's like, instead of VAR just getting involved in everything, it like kind of puts a little bit of that power back into the hands of like the players, the coaches. It doesn't
Players,
let
managers,
VAR
everybody. Yeah.
basically re-referee every
Hmm.
single situation. Like let like it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you make of that. I thought I'd ask you
I'd
about
I'd
that.
like to see that at a higher level to see how that goes because I think that could be, especially for tactically astute managers too. That could be something
Oh yeah,
just to,
I can see Jose abusing the shit out of it,
oh, 100%.
throwing flags at people.
Yeah. They're just going to call it the Jose out there.
Respect, respect.
They
Um,
have three memberships.
Three. I have three. I think I am the special one. Um, if you didn't notice when we did the Ruben Amorim video, I called everybody the blank one because in honor of
Hmm.
Jose. So let me get involved in the chat. I want to see who's
I
getting
really
involved.
appreciated that, by the way. That was awesome.
You know what? You gotta. It's the little things I feel like they do
Yeah.
make a difference. It's just a little extra bit of effort. So I wish I could have gotten a little more creative than the other PL one, but the PL, but I thought it was actually kind of funny, so I'm gonna stay with it. So
Nice.
let me get involved in the chat, you guys. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. If you guys are new, check those memberships as well. Remember, Legends can join the Kickabout that we do on Wednesdays if you guys want to get your thoughts. And big up Jarvis. Jarvis, I did I did give you a little shout out in my short I put out yesterday because I saw you. I remember you rocking the Predators in your video from the other week, and I was rocking mine yesterday. So Predator solidarity on the pitch, my guy. Big up Jarvis. Big up Danny B in the house. Yes, please hit that like button. Jim D64, very active in the United vs. Everybody WhatsApp group, where you guys, starting 11 Legends members, can get involved, share stuff, chat about everything and anything United as well. Look at some funny Virgil Van Dijk memes as well if you want to. So,
I think you mean his future career, is what you're
yes, oh yeah, we'll get there.
talking.
Stephanie in the house. Big up Stephanie. Good to see Stephanie again as always.
Hey, Steph.
Box is in the house tonight as well. Who else we got in here? Who else we got? Ian, big up, another WhatsApp member here. Good evening, big up, Ian. Welcome back, man. Good to see you again. I think that covers everybody so far. So get involved, get your stuff in, you guys. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing. Check out the UVE store as well. You guys can get the OG green and gold that I'm rocking tonight. Had to go old school with it. So we're gonna talk a little bit about ownership. Let me do a quick recap, Dylan, of just kind of a lot of the ownership stuff that's been going on. I'm sure you've been following it around and stuff. Obviously,
Hmm.
you guys see a thumbnail. We've got a couple different owners, potential owners on there. Um, so basically, what happened really was the arrival of the activation of this drag along clause, right? The
Yep.
18 months Ineos didn't purchase the full club. Glazers can listen to new offers. So we kind of hit that back in August. I mean, we were talking about it back in like the spring, like this. It's coming around the corner, so be prepared for the craziness. And sure enough, we got that craziness this week. So it all started with this guy that I've never heard of because I don't watch boxing. I don't really pay attention to golf as much. Maybe you're familiar with more with the PIF stuff with golf. I don't have DAZN or anything, so this Turkey Al Sheikh guy who's basically like the Saudi like public like promoter base, basically Riyadh Season, who are like Roma's shirt sponsor, whatever. He does that. It's like a big festival. He put out that tweet. Do you remember that tweet, Dylan?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
It came out last time we were on here, so
yeah. So he put out the tweet that yes, someone brought it up, and then I looked after it, and I was like, what the hell? I didn't know who this person was. So then he backtracked on it like 2 days later. I was like,
yeah.
well, not me, not me. It's not anyone for me or anything, but somebody's doing it. So that kind of kicked off this whole craziness, right? And then Ben Jacobs pops out, Talk Sport pops out, a lot of other outlets pop out, and then they're like, yeah, it's not that guy. We think it's a consortium from the United Arab Emirates, right? The UAE. That's what everybody was throwing out with, right? And then Finnish billionaire Thomas Ziliakis, who tried to buy the club 2 years ago, gave an interview, and this is what he had to
Hmm.
say. Oh, sorry. I don't know how that got. I don't know how that got in there, you guys. Sorry about that. It is funny though. We can all appreciate that for another second, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're if you're Virgil van Dijk, you're making that for a reason. Like that's you don't stick
Yeah.
a leg out. Like, come on, you're trying to do something.
He's shooting his shot with Caicedo right here, man. He's absolutely shooting his shot with Caicedo. So this is what Ziliakis had to say. I'm not eyeing a takeover. I want to work with parties who, like me, want to bring United back to where the club belongs, on top of the footballing world. My Champion Circle platform can generate billions for the club. Together, this is the part that I want to make sure. Together with Jim Ratcliffe, we can do it. So Ziliakis gave another interview basically saying like, want to be part of. I want to join Sir Jim. I want to get the Glazers out. Basically, I want to work with Sir Jim. Um, Again, this comes after he was involved when Ineos first were taken over 2 years ago. This guy showed up a little too late to the party, and then basically made a whole public stink about how the Glazers were basically turning into a bidding war and that they were greedy and whatnot. And so he kind of removed himself from the equation, right? So, and then don't forget, amidst all these other rumors, Ineos still have plans to build a new academy facility. They did Carrington already. A new stadium, which sounds like
Mhm.
today I've read that it could have. Sounds like that's gaining ground. It sounds like they're coming to. They've had good discussions with Freightliner, who own the land. So it sounds like that could come sometime soon. And they're talking a little bit about the club's finances recently as well, Sir Jim. Basically what he's had to say was that he spent a lot of the time trying to get things back into a stable financial footing. The numbers will get better. We haven't seen them in the first year because it's the first year, but he's basically sustainability is the name of the game. Doesn't seem like he's going anywhere anytime soon. All right.
And that's kind of what I got from a lot of what the interviews were. Is like Sir Jim seems like he's in for the long haul, even with that drag along clause. So
Yeah, he's in it for the long haul,
yeah.
and despite what people think, I don't personally think he's greedy because he's actually spent money and he's actually done stuff. I
Mhm.
don't think a lot of his decisions have been great, right? But I think that he's really concerned about the financial side, trying to get us to a point where we don't have to make those kind of bad decisions anymore. But eventually, it's what's going to happen. But I do think he gives a shit. I do think it is more about legacy for him than about greed. I think that he just wants to. That's what some people do. Um, so that we had the Qatari interested party who couldn't prove funds. Their bid was like they're going to buy the whole club. They're going to erase the debt. Ziliakis
Mhm.
claims he wants to give it back to the fans. Doesn't believe football clubs should be toys for billionaires. Sir Jim wants to put the Manchester back in Manchester United and make the new Wembley or the new stadium, the Wembley, the North, and the Glazers are just fucking twats. So that's the ownership situation in a nutshell. Where we at right now? I put out the poll that other day. Did you? Did I send you that poll
Mhm.
on the priorities for owners? Where are you at
Yep.
on that?
I'm a little bit with sustainability. Because with me, sustainability is not, we don't have to, cut everybody, but we need to make sure even when we have those lean years, we're making money, we can improve the club, even if not as much as before, still be able to improve the club. And it didn't seem like that with the Glazers. It seemed like the Glazers were just like shiny new object. Let's go get them. Not to refer to people like that, but just whatever it would be.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they were all about quick fix. The slap a fresh coat of paint on it. Whatever we can do to get top four and spend as minimum as we can.
I like Steph's comment here. I think we should take over. So
I mean, if you got, I mean, I don't know if you got a couple billion lying around. I mean, that I don't know about. I mean, who knows? I mean, saving them singles from all those like weekend nights dancing. You do what you got to do. A lot of dancing. So, where is this poll at right now? So far, 73% are voting for the UAE consortium. 13% say Sir Jim. Nobody voted for Thomas Iliakis, and 13% voted for the Glazers. And I like it says, leave the stream if that's what you voted for, because we don't want you here. Um, so keep getting involved in that one. Big up, Lyle, by the way. Good to see you. I want to get caught up on the chat real quick. You guys are just having a good chat with each other, which I like. I like seeing everybody getting involved in the chat. So that's kind of where we're at. So you want sustainability, financial. I think that's a good priority because I do think that will have a trickle down effect. Get back into like people they sit here and they want to complain about the debt, but they don't want to prioritize maybe financial
exactly.
stability. You can't have both ways. So I do think financial stability will yield other things along the way. Building a squad, facilities, and eventually trophies is the idea. We just haven't seen that in 12 years, really, because we just never quite did it right. Ineos are trying to start doing it right now, and so the question though is we're talking about ownership. So we've talked about priorities and things. Why would anybody want to buy a football club? What possible reason would compel someone to spend billions, to invest billions, to take on all that just responsibility, all that stuff? I mean, why would anyone do that? What would be the right reasons? What would be the wrong reasons, do you think, to buy a football club, basically? Um, go.
So we can look at the wrong reasons just looking at the Glazers. I mean,
Yeah.
literally use the club to mark down debt. They've used the club as a status symbol. They've used the club for every way that it is not intended to be. Football clubs were founded for the people. Football clubs were founded for workers. Football clubs were founded for families and communities. They weren't founded for some person or some group of people to get their short and curlies off. You know, so
Family show. Family show here.
and the good the but going along with that, the best reasons to own a club. I mean, I think Sir Jim has part of it. He's Manchester born. He has an affinity for the club. He has a desire to make the club back to what it was. And I think part of that comes from him growing up in the area and understanding like how much Manchester United means for us, all of us, the fans. We understand it. Like we get what the club means, and we understand the history. So, go
I
ahead,
think
Tom.
for me, I would want an owner to always keep in mind that it's not yours. Like
Hmm.
you don't you're taking care of it. You're a steward of this. This
Yes.
doesn't belong to you. You buy it, you pay. It doesn't belong to you. And I don't think a lot of billionaires are quite used to that kind
No.
of mentality. And I think that's where a lot of these owners kind of do get it wrong. Is they think that, oh, I bought it. Like that is mine, right? That's how I
Yep.
feel about my skyscraper and my yacht and my Lamborghini and my plane. Like, nope, it's the one thing in the world that you can pay for, and it's not yours. It never will belong to you, no
Nope.
matter who it
No.
is. It belongs to the fans,
Yep.
and that's who it belongs to. You're just taking care of it for them.
And we've seen the Glazers do that 100% wrong. They've come in and they've never cared. And as much as they want to say they put money in, you can see how they treated the club. You can see how they've done.
Yeah. How many? I mean, I don't know if you ever watched like Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
I see so many episodes of children who inherit restaurants from their parents, and just the restaurant just starts going to shit because
Yep.
they didn't invest anything, and it wasn't really their dream. They just look at it as like an ATM machine, and then they just stop caring. The quality goes down, the corners get cut, nothing gets. I mean, it's literally like a reflection of what the Glazer siblings didn't do anything. Their father is the one who bought the club, right? So
Yeah.
they
And
have
he
no
literally
appreciation
bought it
for
for
it.
the debt part. So
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
because
Like
because yeah, go ahead.
it's yeah, the wrong reasons, right? Like, I think that people who think that, oh, we're playing football manager in real life, like that's what it looks like. That's not what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody's looking to make a profit by flipping a club, not that's not to me is
Yep.
also not a right reason.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like you're saying, owners who ignore the fans. I think that
Yeah.
that is a huge, like, fast track to like all sorts of negative fan response and backlash. Um, and I think like what we saw with the Super League owners who think they know best.
Yep.
They think that because they're rich, because they've had some moderate success in other areas, that they know best. They don't bother to learn about football, something the Glazers clearly, and
Mm-hmm.
anybody that they've
Yeah.
appointed, Woodward, they don't know what the fuck they're doing because
Yep.
they're not football people. I think that these are the wrong reasons to do it. If you're just looking for status, if you're looking for a flip, if you're looking just to make
Yep.
profit, like it's not yours.
Yeah.
Um,
And just talking about with like the Glazers never trying to get, like Jim mentions it here, never realize that the better you are on the pitch, the more money you invest, the better you'll do, the more money you'll make. But um, just I mean, we like with the Super League touched off because I hated every part of that. When we were attached to that, I was like, please, dear God, no.
yeah,
Um, and it's just I love that sign that somebody had that we want our cold nights in Stoke. Yeah, 100% we want our cold nights in Stoke. There's a nostalgia, there's a simplicity to what it is. I mean, as much as Grimsby Town hurt us for what
mhm.
happened this year, that is something for Grimsby Town fans that will be that's extremely important for them. Okay,
And
we've
they
had our
earned
own
they
nights
earned
like
that.
that.
They earned every single bit of that result.
Exactly. Exactly. We have Barcelona 99 that will live forever in our hearts. We have Moscow 2008 that will live forever in our hearts.
Fucking John
Okay.
Terry, what a twat.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's what
But
I feel like I would just want to make that into a T-shirt. Just
yeah.
John Terry sitting on his ass, fucking crying like an ass.
Oh, that'd be cool.
What a wanker. Um,
And put wanker over the top of it. So.
wanker. So wrong reasons, right? What would you think would be the right reasons to buy a football club?
Well, like I
Like for the
alluded
fans,
to,
right? Yeah.
yeah, buying it for the fans, trying to create a sustainable model for success to bring for the community. So you can say look at it just for the sports fans, but you can look at it for the community. That you're going to build something that's going to be important for the community, that's going to improve just people's lives around that. And they don't even have to be football related. It just could be the extra revenue that comes in. It could be players getting out in the community. It could be whatever. But having sustainability with that, deciding that you're going to build something that's going to be permanent, it's going to be lasting, it's going to be a good model of consistency and a good model for, for lack of a better term, for role models for the community. Okay, I think would be the right reasons to do it. I think we all think about it at times. Oh, I'd love to own a football club. I would be a shit owner. I'm going to be honest. I'd be a shit owner. We were talking about this before, Sean. I'm not good at saying no.
Yeah.
So,
Dylan has no boundaries.
yeah. So I was like, I 100% know. As much as it's fun to dream for me to be an owner, I should never be an owner. Not that it'll ever happen, but just,
Dylan's
fantasize.
gonna have 18 sponsors because Dylan's not gonna say no to anybody. It's gonna look like a Liga MX club in a second.
Exactly.
What? Yeah, it's gonna look like the back of a '92 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Just
There you go.
all over it, man. Legends will know what that means. Yeah, man, it's not easy to be an owner.
Mhm.
I think there are ways that some owners make it more difficult. I think there are some ways that some owners make it easier on themselves. Do you think that, like, what Stephanie's got a question? Yeah, guys, get your questions in. We'll jump in on some questions too. Feel free to jump in. It's freestyle tonight. Um, she wants to know, could or would a 51% fan ownership model like the Bundesliga has ever work, or could it ever happen with Premier League clubs? Um,
I'd love it, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I think we would all like it in theory. Like, it's kind of like a salary cap. We all like the idea maybe of a salary cap in theory, but everyone's got to agree with it. And like, it's just, I just don't know if Premier League owners, because there's such a like a disparity between the top six and like the bottom clubs, and I don't think, like, with TV money and stuff, the money involved in the league is too much. I know the government, I
Hmm.
think the British government, like, proposed something about doing that, but I think they were trying to just make the current model a bit more efficient to start. But I think there's just too much money, and I don't think the owners are going to want to give
No,
all that up.
they won't.
I just you just have to get everybody on board, and I don't think
Yep.
that's going to happen. It's not like the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga is very, very, very different when it comes to money. We're probably the richest league in the world, just with TV rights alone. Did you see that? That there's going to be the Champions League. There's potentially going to be a bidding war for streaming rights with that between like
Hmm.
YouTube and Netflix and stuff in the
Yep.
future.
Yep.
I told you guys, money's gonna ruin this shit, man. I
Yep.
don't have any idea where I'm gonna watch some of these games because I never know who's streaming it at any given time. It's so annoying.
Fubo would be a
Fubo,
great.
if you guys want to check the link in the description for Fubo streaming 300 plus channels, sports and other live events. Just saying, just saying. But let us know what you guys think. Would a 51? Do you want a 51% fan model? Do you think it would work in the Premier League? Let me know what you guys think. Box says Grimsby cheated. Do we really want to try to take that back? They earned it. They just um so playing for the fans, is the right reasons. I think I'd like owners to have at least a bit of an identity or a
Hmm.
model or a culture or something, some sort of direction, some sort of plan that they have, a vision for the club, I guess, would be important for me. Are they trying to build a legacy for the club and not for themselves? Is this not a hobby for them? Do they care about the community? Do they care about the academy? Do they care if there's a women's team? Do they care about that as well? How do you treat the staff? How do you treat the coaching staff? What sort of hospitality and charities and things, and how are you thinking outside the box? Like, I was thinking just driving around today, I'm like, why don't United, for like breast cancer awareness month, do like a special kit or something?
Yeah.
You could get people involved in a design contest. You can
Hmm.
have either a pink jersey, or the sponsor on the shirt could be pink for like a match or something, as just breast cancer awareness. You could have players sign the match jerseys, auction those off to raise charity for breast cancer research and whatnot. Like, there's so many free hits involved with this kind of stuff, and I'm like, why aren't owners doing more stuff like that?
Sean, when
Um,
you're director of football at United, you're going to implement stuff like that.
I
Just
tried to
you.
do so much with Livonia City when I was with them, man. I tried to do so many partnerships with that. Because my wife was working with the shelter. I was like, for one game, can we get two shelter dogs to be the mascots to lead the team out, and then raise awareness for the shelter and stuff, and like I'm like, stuff like that. I'm like, it doesn't take much. It's just a couple, at least just ask the questions. So
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's really difficult, man. Um, Box says, I think Ratcliffe on the PR side of things has been pretty transparent and open with media interviews, which is refreshing considering radio silence. I mean, he has been, and I think people neglect to acknowledge just what he has done, because I think for a lot of us, we are focused so much on the negative stuff that I think that Ineos have done, i.e., the layoffs and things like that. Again, I've always said I understand why, I just don't like it. So
Yeah.
both of those can exist in my brain at the same time. It is what it is. Um, but he has been transparent. I am the kind of person who's like, again, I've said it many times. If you couldn't use your words, how would I know that you mean what you say? Kind of a thing. So it'll take time. It's only been about a year and a half, so we'll see. But I do think a lot of what he said is correct, and I surprised at how directed, I guess, he's been towards the Glazers with his criticism. I don't know if you've seen some of those comments, Dylan,
Mm-hmm.
about just the fact that they've neglected the club. They're too
Yep.
far away. Like, we're the ones making the decisions. You can't run a club from overseas. Like,
Yep.
I didn't think a minority stakeholder could do that, but hey, what you gonna do? Lyle says Fubo is not currently available in South Africa. Interesting. Yikes, man. Well, apologies, man. Take it up with Fubo and tell them to F off, man. Sorry about that, Lyle. Did not know you were in South Africa. That's pretty cool, though. We got someone watching from South Africa. Big up, Lyle. But I think as we're talking about owners and stuff, I was like spitballing with my notes earlier. I know you're probably looking through. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? But like, it's like I don't think buying a club is about like Sir Jim was, or the other guys, Iliakis. It's not about just showing off, like making yourself look like the richest guy. Again, it's about a vision. It's about patience. It's about strategy. It's about priorities. How do you turn emotion? How do you turn loyalty? How do you turn passion into equity? How do you turn that into growth for the club? How do you turn that into long-term sustainable success? Again, it's the most important thing is you don't own it. It's just you're just looking after it for the next generation and the next generation. It's not about getting attention. It's not about making a name for yourself. It's about building something that outlasts you. You know, owning a club is not the trophy, really. It's not a prize. It's a responsibility, and I think a lot of owners miss that mark.
And I think that kind of goes along with the culture today. It's a lot of what can we do now instead of what are we building for the future. So,
Yeah. And yeah, for the club, not even for me.
yep.
Lyle's calling me out. How dare you? Lyle with the jokes. So that was my soapbox on ownership. Because I get passionate about stuff like that. And do you have any other thoughts on ownership? Does anybody else have any other thoughts or points or questions they want to make about ownership? Stephanie had a good question, so like to get that in.
I'd just say I'd be very wary right now of any, and this is my complete bias towards Manchester City, of any, consortium from that we don't have full details of that likes to do shady stuff, because I'm 100%, I'm 100% for what I hear, at least something I saw on one of my updates that comes through TalkSport or whatever that says with 115 charges should be resolved this year. Not holding my breath, but
We saw that
maybe.
last year too.
Yeah, maybe that'll happen. So I'd be very wary of anything of that happening because it sits wrong with me.
I'm not holding my breath on that getting resolved anytime soon. I want to say that they cannot appeal the decision, though. Am I correct in that? Do you know?
I think so. Yeah.
I believe that either it's because they went to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and I think when you do that, the final decision is the decision. Yep. I don't know if it's an FA versus UEFA thing. I have no idea, but I want to say that if that's not correct, somebody correct me. But I feel like I want to say, hey, whatever the decision is, that's it.
Yeah, if it went to CAS, it's final.
So I do think that if they're proven not guilty, then they probably will countersue the league. But I think if they are guilty, then I would not be surprised if relegated clubs and trophy losers and whatnot did some sort of appeal process and at least talk to some of their lawyers to see what sort of legal rights they have, some sort of litigation. Once it's over, it's still not going to be over is basically what I'm getting at. So, but when it's over, we'll see. We'll know when that's going to happen. But yeah, ownership, man. I mean, talk sport updates, dude. I thought you were better than that, Dylan. What are you doing? No one wants to see friggin' Simon Jordan and Alex Crook and Gabby Agbalnahor updates coming onto their phone throughout the day. Come on. I raised you better than that, Dylan. That's a bad Dylan. Bach says, imagine if that B Sky B style bid in 98 took place nowadays with social media. Well, I mean, you might not have to imagine a whole lot if you stick around for season 4 of What If. Just hint, hint, spoiler alert. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting things that might have happened. You remember before the Glazers, like if you guys watched that other What If episode, we had the Red Knights consortium with Lord Jim O'Neill. all about giving it back to the fans and whatnot, but they just could not get the investors. They could not get the money. So there's a lot of what ifs when it comes to that kind of stuff. So Ian's going off on one here on you, Dylan. Dylan knows. Dylan knows. Yeah, there's a reason you guys don't see me talk about certain sources, and we've talked about that many times. I just don't bother with some things. Some things are fun. Like every now and then, Simon Jordan will say something that's at least halfway sensical, but most of the time it's just him trying to pretend like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. But he's got to just wipe his nose before every show, though. So if you know,
I
you know.
I wouldn't trust anything he says because he ran Crystal Palace into the ground. So
Yeah.
yeah,
See, this is the
that's
same
why.
guy who.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead. I was just gonna say that's why I forget who it was. It's like it wasn't. It was somebody else from a different source, and Talksport was just regurgitating the information.
Yeah.
So
That's what they do. Alex
yeah,
Crook will sit there and just like, and he'll say something like, "Oh, I can't imagine, Bruno is happy being this," and then literally social media that all the news outlets will say Bruno not happy with this according to Alex Crook, and I'm like, that's not news. That's Alex Crook just sitting here like you and I are sitting here, and people just turning it into something. It's not. So,
hmm
what you gonna do? Yeah, and it's funny because you say that about Simon Jordan, like with Crystal Palace. He's also the same guy who will turn around and say, "Well, I can't listen to Gary Neville because of what happened at Valencia." Like Gary Neville knows way more about winning than you will ever know, Simon Jordan. So
hmm
Lyle enjoys Troy Deeney. He's got some very level-headed takes. Sometimes Troy Deeney's has some very biased takes against United over the recent years as well, though. But big up Lyle from South Africa, just so you know, you guys don't forget about that. Box says Talksport plays the game well, to be honest. Scandalous videos, controversy takes, clicks, and views. And then they've got that. I mean, they sound nice when you listen to them on Sirius. Talksport. They've got that guy on there, right? Steffi says Nicky Butts and David Mabes might take a lay bit. So get you guys any lasting thoughts. What do you guys say in here? Who would you like to take over? Dylan, if you had to choose one of these, did you vote in this?
hmm
What did you vote for?
I voted for Sir Jim. Just keep it going.
Just keep it
I
going.
think yeah. Nobody's ever going to get everything right, but I think for the most part things are going okay. And
Yeah,
I'd rather have consistency at this point than change everything.
yeah, it's kind of like the manager situation, right? I
hmm
mean, you want to give a manager a couple of years. Should we give owners a couple of years? I mean, at what point do you give
hmm
up on the owner? At
Yeah.
what point do you say, now you're not the guy. It's time to move on. Like, it's the same with a manager, right? So, it does seem like for them, priority one is getting the financial footing while also trying to kind of pick and choose where and when they can invest, i.e., Carrington, things
hmm
like that. So I applaud Carrington. That was a good. The new
Yeah.
academy center is going to be awesome as well. I think that's great. You know,
Are they? I don't know if you've heard. I haven't heard it. Are they building a women's center, training
I don't know
center?
yet. It might be next on the list.
Okay.
We shall see. I'm surprised we still have a club for the women, to be honest with you. But not because I don't want one. I'm just surprised because these women keep leaving and the club doesn't really care. So um,
And yet they continue to make. They made the Champions League, got their first win.
yeah,
Keep it up, ladies.
I think Ella's got like 200
hmm
appearances now, which is like the first for a women's player. So
hmm
like big up. Jess Park looks an
Keep.
absolute steal in the
Yep.
summer window. Like we're all
Keep.
worried when we lost Grace and we got better
Yep.
ones. So
Keep. Keep doing it, ladies. Whatever you're doing, you're the only shining light we have right now,
yep, I
besides
like it.
the youth academy. So.
Jim just described literally every UK media outlet in existence with this right now.
Oh,
um,
and how much they want to like go after United, but then every other club. Well, I don't know about that. Give
yeah,
them the benefit of the doubt.
the Florian Wirtz nonsense is just like
Yeah,
I'm not even mad about it. I just laugh and like people will be like, "Can you believe this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, where have you been?"
yeah.
Been saying this for years. It's just the way it is, dude. If he had signed for United, it'd be a completely different narrative, and like, it's just the way it is. Ian says, I voted UAE simply for one reason. I want all Glazer and ownership completely gone. I want all debt completely gone. And I want it to be treated internally like a professional football club again. Well, I think that is the aim. I think that Ineos just see it as we need to get the finances sorted so we can do that. I think it's a one. I think Ineos are taking one path to get to the same destination, if that makes sense. I'm not. It sounds like I'm making excuses. I don't, because I do think Sir Jim K. I'm right there with you. I don't. I want the Glazers gone. I don't really want an UAE bid. I'm not a big fan of state-owned models personally. If it was one independently wealthy billionaire from the UAE who wanted to buy the club, fuck it. That's fine. Why do I care about that? But I don't want PIF this, or like, I'm just not comfortable with that kind of stuff. Personally, I'm not going to get political about it. I just don't like that notion. I like to keep it a little bit clean. So 12% of you voted for Glazers. 12%. I better see the live views drop by 12% because y'all. I should have hacked it and made it so if you voted on that, you'd automatically get blocked or something. But I know nothing about computers clearly. So Bach said Skinner's doing a good job. He's built and
Yes.
developed over length of time. Yeah, Skinner gets a lot of
And
shit. I don't get it.
yeah, and I just want to throw a shout out to him with what he's done. He's been a good hire. It was a little. I know when he came in after Casey Stoney, he had big shoes to fill, and
Yeah.
first season was a little rough, and he's built himself up very well. So kudos to him. Kudos to the women's team. Keep doing it, ladies.
Yeah.
Just keep it up.
Yeah, big up, man. Danny says probably bin dippers. If we got bin dippers watching, that's that. I mean, if they're hate watching the United versus everybody live stream, then I think that means I've made it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've made it, Dylan.
Did it.
So keep getting your votes in. Keep getting any questions you in. Again, it is a bit of a free kick night, so do what you got to do. We're gonna move on because I want to get Dylan's thoughts on Rashford's interview. And what Rashford had to say this week. So let me bring that up on the screen. Oh, what? How'd that get in there? Come on. Van Dickless, what are you doing, man?
You know, to be fair, that's probably actually how he golfs. So.
Birdie, got it. Tiger vision. Doom, 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 doom. Legends will know what I'm talking about. All right, so I don't know.
I remember.
Well, now we're going to get into Rashford's comments. Oh, come on. What are you doing, Van Dickless? What are you doing, buddy? I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. Somebody hacked my computer, man. Ridiculous. What's going on? Nothing is safe anymore. Nothing is sacred. What are we doing out here? There it is. All right, we got it now. We're good. So, Rashford's interview. This is I've kind of disseminated it in a little bit and just got so. He says, "I feel like I've been in an inconsistent environment." Or this is not even on the screen. I feel like I've been in an inconsistent environment for a very, very long time, so it's even more difficult to be consistent. What do you make of that?
So I'm gonna agree with him on that. It is difficult in an environment that is constantly changing to be consistent. I mean, we all deal with it on a daily basis. Things come up; it's hard to keep that going. For him, with the amount of changes he's done with it's different than with Sir Alex being there and having that one manager. However, you're a professional. Yes, you may have a dip where you're trying to adjust. Everybody will have that. Some people will do better with a new manager, others won't, or regime or whatever. But you can't be super one time for 2 periods or whatever it was and then just drop off. There's something different there. And we've talked about this before. He probably needed to leave because it wasn't going to be conducive for him. It wasn't going to be conducive for the club to actually be successful. So yeah.
I think. I mean, I agree. I think it was time. It was just time. And I do agree. Like I've said the other day when I first talked about this, there's some truth there, but I think
Mm-hmm.
that this is kind of the art sometimes of I guess you can call it gaslighting for lack of a better term. Is just there's always a little bit of truth in there, and you're kind of twisting it a little bit. There's to me, I read this and I see nothing but deflection. Personally, I see avoiding responsibility. I see a complete lack of accountability. I see a little bit of cowardly kind of mindset here, which is exactly the kind of mindset that's translated into different situations now on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Responding to people in the middle of the night on Twitter, for instance, I think is just like, why do that? Pulling out of 50-50s even is another, I think, a mentality issue of just not wanting to take responsibility of something like that. I think there's a fine line here between, again, like truth to this, but also just deflection.
Yeah.
Is he deflecting? Is he justified? Is it another case of a modern footballer not taking responsibility for his actions, kind of like someone else we all know and love, who we all kind of
Oh, Look at that guy.
Again, Sancho scapegoat. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and let lies be told about me, like things like this. The same kind of comment that he's made at every club he's been at. Sancho. I mean, again, another young player who's kind of not quite putting in the effort. I mean, we know how you feel about him, Dylan. I mean, you've not hidden your feelings at
Nope.
all. um,
I take nothing away. That is exactly how I feel.
Dylan is unapologetically savage when it comes to Rashford. Daddy says the spoiled brat syndrome. Box thinks like me, a little bit of deflection. Um, Ian says the only reason Rashford talks about us is to keep himself relevant. Yeah, I mean, there, no one cares about you when you're in Barcelona. No one cares about La Liga. I mean, unless your name is Lamine Yamal, like no one cares really. I mean, let's be honest. Like no one even really talks about Real Madrid right now. Like just
Yeah.
it's United. So you're always it's like 6 degrees of United with some of these players, man. They're always going to find a way to connect it too. So Lyle's tired of Rashford. He needs to look within. Besides, he hasn't played for United for a while. Yeah, I don't know why we're still. He hasn't literally been here for like a year, basically almost, and we're like this is like the fourth time he's talked about us in an interview. Man, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it happens every time when somebody leaves. They have to talk about how was it didn't go well for you at United. Why do you think that? It's like I want one of these players to be like, it was fine. Just we're not. I'm not at United. Just like I'm here now. If you want to ask me about this club, great. If not, I'm done. Like
What do you think is going to happen? Sorry if that was loud, guys. When like for a player who's like one of these guys who's probably he's known to respond to social media criticism and whatnot. What did you think was going to happen when you did this? Like it just
yeah,
the guy complains about like I when I was in Manchester I couldn't go out and do things. I was always be
yeah.
recognized. And then you'd go around and you've literally spoken about us like 4 times. Again, maybe to stay relevant, maybe just to keep the followers engaged, maybe to get those clicks. I don't know. I mean, if again, is that your
But
priority as a footballer? I don't.
but that's a dumb statement by him right there. I can't go out and do anything. You're rich, dude. You can rent a restaurant out and have your friends come and hang out,
Well, dude,
or have them
what a
even
flex
better.
that would be.
Yeah, have even better. Have them to your house, and just when you're done, tell them to leave.
Yeah, that'd be my favorite part.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, what do you think was going to happen when he became a Premier League footballer?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Again, I don't want to sit here and talk about Rashford all night, but I'm like, I had to get your thoughts
But
because
and just because we've touched on this a lot, I just got to reiterate again. He was. It seems like he's had that change from when he first got in the club with Van Gaal and or was it Jose? I can't quite remember. It was
it came through with Van Gaal.
2017.
Remember, I think it
Yeah.
was it
That.
Midtjylland?
Yeah. Yep. And he had the Arsenal game match where he had two.
Mm.
So yeah, he came in with Van Gaal, but remember who was there? Rooney was still there. Carrick was still there. You have you have people that understand how the club should be done. Rooney's
Chicharito was
talked
still
about.
here, wasn't he?
Who was it?
Oh, wasn't Chicharito still here?
No,
Was
no.
he gone by then?
Yep, he was gone in like 14, 13. But Herrera was there. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
So,
remember, Rashford only got in because we had injuries. Everybody was injured.
yeah, but he came into the first team with those individuals that were still around and
Yeah,
could show him and tell him what to do. When they left, he's still young. He's what 19 when they leave, 20. And
yeah.
who's there now? Pogba
Yeah,
and Jesse
those guys
Lingard.
leave. You got Memphis, you got Pogba, you
Yeah,
got Lingard, and Sancho is
yeah.
running around and stuff, and it's
Yeah,
just
and he grew up with it. So I just me looking back at it, and again, rose-colored glasses, whatever you want to say. I noticed at least in interviews and things like that with Rashford when he's younger and when he's first coming in, he's way different. And it's even different with not it's not the same as Garnacho because Garnacho came into this clusterfuck. Rashford was consummate professional, and then all of a sudden, bam, everything changes. It's like, come on now.
mm,
Oh, maybe.
it's one of those hindsight questions.
Yeah.
It's always going to be difficult to know, right? When Rashford
Yeah.
was firing and up for it and sprinting and flying down the wings, it's like we all loved it. He exemplifies everything that you could every box that you could possibly tick at United. he ticked, right? Academy player, winger, Mank-born. Like, we
Hmm.
loved it. We absolutely loved it. It's hard to anticipate, players doing this. I mean, you could call it another George Best situation where a lot of
Yeah.
potential and just maybe the focus wasn't there. I mean, George Best is used as kind of a warning story for young players a lot, what not to do, unfortunately. And I love Bestie. Um, you just surround yourself with the right people, make wise decisions, get your priorities sorted, and you'll probably have a decent career. It's just unfortunate that sometimes just it doesn't seem to happen.
Hmm.
But it's always hindsight. I think I'd still bring Welbeck back, honestly, and let him play striker. But um, oh, what you gonna do with that one? I like Danny Welbeck. I always
Hmm.
liked him.
He was always good for a goal against us.
Yeah, I hate playing against him because he's
Yeah.
freaking scores all the time. Ian once says, "Are you joking? He can't go out and do anything without being recognized." Well, guess what? Stop tweeting about everywhere you're going. I don't have Instagram, so I don't know what he does on Rashford. So Lyle says he got the contract and then he kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit,
Yeah.
and I think that's unfortunate. I think that I definitely think we should like obviously it's hindsight, but again, even at the time when PSG were in form, I was like, we should have just sold him to PSG
Hmm.
3 years ago when they wanted him before we gave him that contract. Because again, what were we thinking that he was going to retire here? Like, I don't know. Roy Keane had some comments on this week too.
I love Roy Keane.
Said the environment didn't help him, but towards the end of his story at United, there were concerns about his off-field attitude. He was late several times. His night in Belfast. He was part of the environment problem he's talking about. Is basically what Keno is
Yeah.
having to say here.
Hmm.
So again, Keane kind of saying what you and I have said. Yeah, a lot of truth to what he's saying. The environment shit. Even Sir Jim has kind of said, in one of his early interviews, the environment's not been conducive for any coach to thrive. Really, it's been a
Yeah.
shit environment. We've talked about it many, many times. The rot is deep. The culture in the dressing room has gotten way out of hand. It's one of the things I do applaud Ruben Amorim for, and even Ten Hag to some degree. Just let's get this dressing room kind of locked in because
Hmm.
we need to start someplace.
Yeah.
It's all well and good to get a new stadium and whatnot, but we need to get these players like just fixing up, man, or they need to fuck off. And we've seen that a lot of players are gone. They're not gone permanently. That's not Amorim's job. He doesn't decide the sales and whatnot. Um, but Keno, yeah, saying it like it is. I mean, which is basically just Keno's fucking natural language, right?
He knows nothing else.
Do your job. It's his job.
That's his job.
You get the ball in the half torn, you feed it true to your teammates. It's his job. Everybody's kind of backing Keno here.
Mhm. I will always back my captain, please.
Yes, he's okay. He
And
is still captain.
yes, and just for everybody to know, like he'll always be my captain. He was captain when I first started watching.
There it is.
Okay,
There's a
even
good
though
question. There's a good question for the chat. If you could appoint one all-time captain for United out of all the captains we've had, who would it be?
Keno.
Keno? Yeah,
Yeah,
probably going to go Keno on that one.
yeah,
It's toss up
I
between
should,
Keno and Gary Neville, but
yeah,
maybe Keno.
I should have been that. Now, when I started watching, when I started paying attention to United,
Yeah.
I did. It was the states in the '90s. We didn't get Manchester United.
Dude, we didn't get anything. Like, I was lucky if I got a box set at the end of the year.
The first match I remember watching with United was the '08 final against Chelsea, and it was weird because they actually advertised it on ESPN. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. For the longest time, like, because there's no, like, unless you were rich, knew somebody who was rich, or again, like
Ooh,
me,
Robson.
maybe got lucky with some VHS box sets for your birthday, because my
Hmm.
birthday was like August. So I'm like, cool, cool, cool. But like, I got into it, I think, just when I was younger. Obviously, my dad bought this for me because I grew up playing from when I was like 4 or 5. I played club travel stuff. So I was into it. And my dad didn't know anything about it. He had to go to Manchester. He was just like, Sean likes soccer. This is the club. Like, let's get him a shirt. And it just, I was just the way it was. I think it helped probably too with my sister. It was the '90s, so my sister was all David Beckham this, David Beckham that, David Beckham. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kick a ball like that guy, which is how I kick a free kick, by the way. So it just is what it is.
Excellent, excellent.
Oh yeah, I'd bend the shit out of that. I put so much bend on that thing. It's not as powerful as it used to be because I'm older now, but I get my foot around that ball like nobody's business, man. I love it. Brox is voting Brian Robson.
That's a great one.
It's a good shout.
Oh,
Yeah,
Robbo and Keno, that's hard.
maybe one vice captain, one captain. Bucks is saying
Yeah,
Robson. Yeah. Stephanie's going Keno or Robbo. Toss of a coin. Yeah. Gary Neville's up there. For me, it's Keno or Neville. I'm a little bit too young to have seen Robbo play as frequently, unfortunately. It's just a generational thing. So it is what it is. So,
yep,
um,
yeah.
Bucks going Robson, Keane. So a lot of
Vidic,
Keno votes. Vidic, yeah, Vidic, dude. I can't. They did a thing. I forget what YouTube channel this was the other day. It was just a bunch of idiots, basically. Is the channel, is what I call it. They were comparing Virgil Van Dijk to every single like major defender, and they conveniently left out Nemanja Vidic because they fucking knew the moment you put anybody up to Nemanja
yeah,
Vidic, it's just the loss. It's the greatest
yeah.
Premier League center back. It's Vidic,
They,
and then it's like a
yeah,
bunch of shit, and then it's Rio, and then it's everyone else.
yeah.
Like
I was
fuck.
gonna say they put Rio up there too, or they forget about him.
They said Van
And
Dijk was
Yop. Did
better
they
than
put
Rio.
Yop up there?
Yeah, they don't fucking know, man. They don't
No.
fight. Yeah, Van Dijk is
Did they
not
put
even the
Yop
best.
Stam up there too?
No, they didn't even list them. It was like Company and Terry, and I'm like, fucking hell.
No, fuck that. Yop Stam in 3 years did way more than fucking Vidic ever has. Ugh.
Um, Jim's taking off. Big up, Jim. Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out.
Take
Yeah,
it
I
easy, Jim.
Yeah, it's Vidic, and then it's everyone else, and then that's the contest, man. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
There's no reason to even have a discussion about it, dude, for real. Like, I don't get it, man. Van Dijk is one of the biggest cowards, man, I've ever seen on the
I
pitch. So
I still love that our all-time 11 didn't even have Rio in it. It was just Yop Stam and Vidic.
yeah, dude, it was so. If you guys haven't
And
watched
we're
that stream, go
oh
back and watch it from it was like a year and a half ago. We did an all-time 11. You guys got
yeah.
involved. We had Joel in here. It was all-time United 11 live voting. It's like a 2.5 hour stream, but you guys put it together and it was pretty lit. But yeah, center back. Spoiler alert: it was Stam and Vidic, and holy shit,
Oh,
I could feel the
we were all shocked, but also like, yes.
Yes, right. Lyle says Van Dijk couldn't even lace Vidic's boot, let alone run. I mean, Van Dijk is not even the best Dutch center back in Premier League history. Stam is ahead by a mile. So, fucking Van
Hmm.
Dijk wears Yap Stam pajamas to bed. All right, let's just be honest about that. So,
Only one of them is a meme, by the way. So
I mean, yeah, only one of them is a meme. That's right, dude. Van Dijk has been a meme so many times. Like so many times, not even just recently, like over the years, man. With the Sancho goal, with Perisic putting him on his ass against Spurs, like the guy is just this like gold when it comes to like laughter. I wonder what he thinks about some of this shit. As somebody asked me, they're like, "You'd never say that to him in his face." I'm like, "Yeah, I would. What the fuck is he gonna do to me?" You think a Premier League footballer is gonna like haul off and hit somebody? No, there's a lawsuit. I would say it with chest and I'd laugh. I don't even care. What are your thoughts on this on Michael Oliver refereeing this match on Sunday?
it's just telling me the Premier League and the higher powers want Liverpool to win. It's a big reason why I'm concerned. I mean, I was concerned about this match before I knew Michael Oliver was going to be the official, and just because Liverpool 3 on the bounce and lost, they're going to come out angry, and we tend to struggle after breaks. But then Oliver comes in and it's like, yep, somebody's getting sent off.
Can we get a
So
2 ref system? Let's get Paul Tierney so we could just
yeah,
balance it out. We'll get Mike Oliver and we'll get Paul Tierney and we'll negate each other out, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he sent off Diogo Dallo in
yeah,
this fixture 2 years ago. 2 yellows in literally like 2 seconds because literally Dallo just got angry and just waved his arm at a decision.
yeah.
Didn't like get in his face, like
No,
didn't do anything other than just go like footballers do when you make like when they're mad at the ref. He's just Michael Oliver, dude. He remember he did the same thing to Gigi Buffon in the Champions League
yep,
match, sent him off. The guy loves to be the star. Like loves to, I'm surprised he doesn't petition to get last names put on the back of the referee shirts. Like he's that kind of individual. He cannot literally handle not being the most powerful guy
he
on the pitch.
he's the new Mike Dean.
or even off the pitch when he's in charge of VAR. He's just always got to be like, no, I'm gonna make a decision here. It's like middle management, just making changes that don't need to be made just because to justify their job, man. I guess the biggest question for me is which United player is he going to send off this time? Who do we think's getting sent off? Casemiro is a
That's
probably easy shout.
that was my immediate thought. Is like he'll pick up a yellow he doesn't need to, and then like probably say something, and then like Michael Oliver will get butt hurt and look at Van Dickless, and Van Dickless will be like, send him off, and he'll be like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'll walk over to Van Dickless and gently pull his fucking man bun.
Exactly.
Fucking weirdo. Fox says Stan Van Dickless is the best of all time. Is a huge disservice to Stam, Vidic, Rio, Bruce, Pallister, Adams, Campbell, Company, Terry, DeSaley, Carvalho. I mean, fucking hell, man. I'd even put Alderweireld up ahead of Van Dickless, man. Alderweireld back in his day was an absolute solid class defender, man. Terry, I mean, even Thiago Silva when he was at Chelsea was better than Van Dickless. Ian says Vidic is so far ahead of Van Dickless, it's a joke. I'll tell you an even bigger joke. I've seen Jamie Carragher say that he thinks Van Dickhead is a better defender than Paolo Maldini.
I read that and I was
like, fucking asshole.
good job, Ian. I think you broke Sean.
You can't do that when it's allergy season. I peed a little. Oh man. Shit.
That's first of all.
Fucking Jamie Carragher, man.
Yeah,
I swear.
yeah.
Has this dude ever said anything that's made sense in his life?
That's sacrilege, by the way, to say he's better than Maldini. I think he should go apologize immensely.
Oh shit, man.
Oh.
I am broken, dude. Oh, fucking A. I have to mute it when I watch when Champions League halftime show comes around because I just can't listen to a single word. And cowardship runs in Liverpool's defense. Anytime Liverpool lose, Jamie Carragher is nowhere to be found on the overlap.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time they got away with it this past time was because Kenny Dalglish was the fucking guest, and so of course he's going to show up for that. But they didn't talk about Liverpool's losses or anything.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Ugh. Now where's my water? Fuck.
Yeah, but I'll take Kenny Dalglish over Jamie Carragher. At least there's some class there.
Oh shit!
So
I'll take pretty much anybody over Jamie Carragher. Shit,
yeah.
Man. Woo! Speaking of Liverpool match, jeez, thank you for that one. Now that woke me up. Lissandro Martinez back in training. Probably not ready for this weekend. Sounds like he could be ready for either Brighton or Forest. You had him in your predicted 11, kind of for the strongest 11 for the season. Do you think that we can count on him? We talked about this on the show the other day. It was like the big focus on Licha. What do we do with Licha? Do you think we can count on him fitness wise, or are you concerned at all? Do you think we should cut our losses, or do you think just play him till he breaks, and if he breaks, then we're stuck with him? What do you think?
So this is it. This is the last chance because you've had two. No, granted, last one he took a weird fall coming off, but this is the last chance. If he gets hurt again, I mean, we can't count on him. We can't count on him to stay healthy.
It's so hard because, again, those first two long-term issues they were contact, right? There's not what can you do about that? And there are some people that argue the way he defends, like Eric Bailly, the way he defends puts himself in those situations. But I'm I don't know. Vidic used to do this shit all the time. Vidic throw his face into everything. And then the ACL is worrying because it's what happens after you're out of football for so long. You're gonna get shit like that as well. So I don't think he's like a Shaw or a Jones or a Martial or a Mason Mount where you're just injury prone. I just do worry that those two big injuries and now the ACL, I just wonder if he's always going to be a level below what he could be because of it in terms of fitness and stuff. So, I'm sorry, where were you going at?
Oh no, I'd be very concerned at this point because I hope he comes back when he's on. man, he's a good addition. And if he can get back to the levels he's been at before, oh, that defense is going to improve. Okay, because
Yeah,
now you've got some rotation, some strong rotation. Shaw can come in. You've got Yoro that can kind of go back and forth. Mizraoui can play back there. Delict and Harry can switch back and forth. Okay, you've got rotation. You can keep the defense strong. If somebody gets hurt, whatever.
yeah,
Um, but if he can't get back to those levels, we're going to need another left center back. So
yeah. I think that like him fit and firing is our best defender, and
yeah.
the way he plays, especially with his passing range. I mean, I think Shesko is going to have a really good time. I think him feeding those balls through to Cunha in that channel is going to be
Mm-hmm.
really good. I think he would provide very good cover for Dorgu, maybe allow Dorgu a little bit more freedom to get
Oh yeah.
forward, which Shaw doesn't really help because Shaw is not really going to be tracking back. Like, it's not going to make up that ground. And so, again, it's that positive side of the coin when it comes to the O principle, where a player's detriments negatively impact those around them. The positives, well, we saw it, like you said, with Son of Lamans, like such a difference that a positive ripple effect when Son of Lamans is in that, like compared to Onana or Bayendier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that can happen with just if you get good players in all these positions. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what you see with the versatility that some of these players has, is they're better equipped to slot in to take in vacant positions when somebody is maybe caught out or someone goes up in a certain phase of play. Now you've got players who, I can play a 10, I can play winger, I can slot in here and there. I'm comfortable doing this now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a thing. My throat still hurts from that. Danny's going to give him to the rest of the season, see, and then maybe
Oh
assess. That's
yeah.
probably where I'm at. If he can't stay fit, you're going to have to just basically say this guy's career is basically done at this level.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but I've got Leacher replacements. You probably see a link for that in the description if you guys want to go check it. Probably a
Well,
little
and
too late now.
don't forget about Aiden Heaven though. I mean, he
Yeah,
could slide into that. He's still young, so it's going to take a while, but he could come in maybe later in the season if he gets going.
he went
So,
down. He went down for England recently in one of his
mhm.
matches. I didn't think it was serious, but I haven't heard any updates yet. I'm sure we'll hear about it in the
Yeah.
presser. Lyle's kind of like, yeah, again, metatarsal. It's a surgery. I mean, how many times have we seen botched surgeries with United players in
Hmm.
recent years? Casemiro, Malacia, like it's ridiculous. Yeah, and then Sufal fell on his knee. Like nothing you could do about that. It was the same thing that happened to like Ericsson and Donny Van de Beek. Like that shit's gonna happen.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he could be like an Ericsson and come back and be fine, or like a Van Diklis come back and be fine, or it could still cause problems. It's a dice roll, but I think it's worth rolling right now.
Yep. Definitely.
Boxers, I think it's make or break. You can't afford another big layoff. Yeah, and it's complete. It's similar, but it's almost completely different than how I feel about like Shaw or Mount. Mount's like if you get another little hamstring, you're done. I can't handle with you, man. Like because you're so good, but I just can't rely on you, and it hurts. It hurts. Um, Danny says Slab Dallo Shaw can leave first. Dude, Dallo needs to fucking go, man. Stephanie, yeah, Leach's goal at Anfield last season was awesome,
Oh,
dude. That link up, that pass from Bruno, I think that goes under the radar a lot. That no look from Bruno was an absolute thing of beauty, man. Lyle says he is coming back. He is the butcher of Manchester. He is the butcher of
oh
Manchester when
yeah.
he's fit. When he's fit. Remember when he bodied Adama Traore?
It's fucking awesome. I loved it, every part
Fucking
of
love
that.
that little bastard, man. I fucking love him. So, um, yeah, we'll see if he can stay fit. Where's everybody at with this poll here? 67 want this UAE consortium. Everybody just wants that money, man. They just want it. Nobody voted for Ziliakis. Is that because you guys never heard of him? Because you think he's just full of shit? I think personally he's full of shit. But
I think he just wants to get his name out there. Like, hey, yeah, I could do this.
so we'll talk more about Liverpool on Friday. I'm gonna do the match preview on Friday. I'm putting that together now because I think it's Sunday, right? So we'll see how that goes. You've got your brother coming in this weekend, correct? What do you
Yep.
guys got
But
planned?
well, we're just hanging out pretty much. He definitely wants to see the cat. And then, Sunday he was talking about just hanging out and just, doing whatever. So I don't know if he gets boring, he might get a call before 11:30. Be like, Sean, what are you doing? So
I'm just doing, man. Wife's out of town. Wife's she's in the UK right now actually, so she'll be there till
nice.
next weekend. She's at Glastonbury, so she saw some Stonehenge. Apparently, Glastonbury is like a very
Oh
big
shit.
hub for like Wiccan and like
Yeah.
paganism because of like Stonehenge and all this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of shops that sell like crystals and things, which she's not quite used to, but she says it's fun. Like she's staying, so she's
J-
in like countryside and stuff. What do you got?
how long she been there?
She got there. I took her there on Saturday.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say my sister was just there,
Oh,
so I
really?
was gonna say, yeah.
She's probably there for one of the festivals, then, huh?
She was actually just there on vacation. Her and her husband are retired, so they're just traveling, and
Nice.
they just posted a bunch of pictures. I think they just got back around Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just posted a bunch of pictures right around that time saying, yeah, we were just in Stonehenge and Glastonbury and everything. So,
Yeah. So she's
so
there for a writing conference, so she's there just
nice.
kind of doing a big writing workshop and stuff and working on stuff. So she's hustling, she's grinding, just like we are here. He says Yoro Delit Martinez is our best back three. No arguments here. Well, the
Yep,
fact that Yoro
that's
Martinez are
good.
able to come out with the ball, yeah, Leach has comfort on the ball, man, in his passing range and his
Yep.
aggression. I mean, it's just so
Mhm.
many boxes he ticks. Now everyone's going to
And
go in on his height, but I'm like, fuck that, he's fine.
and Delict has come into his own in that central center back position. He looks
Oh yeah.
confident. He looks ready. Excuse me. He looks. I don't know. There when you see him out there, he looks not necessarily defiant, confident, but there's more to it. He's got the gravitas. He's got everything.
Yeah.
So Lyle, have a good one, man.
Big up
So,
Lyle. Hey, South Africa.
so
Big up. Big up Jules. Good to see you again, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Stephanie's not a fan of Ciliakis. I like that one. Big up. I like it. The puns are good times, man. Keep if you guys have any more Virgil Van Dickless puns, I've got a new one that I'll put up as well. Um, Danny's getting in my spoiler alerts here with the next scouting
I
report. So
I
she's
feel like you and Danny just like work on this all the time. Like Danny just leaves the breadcrumbs. Like, hey, I'm gonna mention this.
I mean, I've got the next batch of scouting report players coming up, and then I'm already putting together another list. So we'll do that as well. You guys know I like to scout, but he is on the list, Danny. So be prepared for that one.
Sean, when we go over there, I think you should leave a copy of one of your videos, just like an actual copy to get their attention, like a VHS tape or whatever, and be like,
I don't
"What
think
is
kids
this?"
are gonna know what that means. Like if little kids
Yeah,
saw VHS tapes, they
yeah,
probably think it was a fucking
just
bomb or something.
yeah, it's
They'd be like,
true.
"What
But
is this?
get
Did a
get
Lego
the,
take a shit on the sidewalk? What is this giant plastic
get
square?"
get their attention though, so they have to look at it and be like, "Oh, he's doing all our scouting report work for free. We should give him a stipend of tickets."
What I need to do is just get some QR codes made for some of these videos and turn them into stickers and just
Dude,
plaster
there you
them
go,
all over Manchester.
dude. Do
when
it.
when Justin and I went to the football museum, if you go to the top of the National Football Museum, the top floor is like it's like kids floor. There's like but there's a giant like chalkboard, and Justin and I just started writing United versus everybody all over the chalkboard. We're
Nice.
like erasing little kids' drawings. I'm like, fuck that. That doesn't even look like a fucking football. I'm not taking it serious. Fucking kid. Learn how to draw, kid. This is more important.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, if you want, we'll go check that out if you want to. It's pretty cool. If you like history, if you like, they've
Oh
got like
yeah.
some pretty cool shit in there. Justin was all excited for they had a whole like vintage DeStefano kit, like match worn DeStefano kit,
Oh, dude.
glass and shit. It's awesome. So if you're a big football history guy, I know you're big on history. So, um, Jules, we are kind of wrapping up. We were talking a little bit about ownership. What are the good qualities? What are the good reasons to own a football club? What are the bad reasons to own a football club?
Sean, tell them the important stuff. We talking about Carragher and Maldini here.
Oh man, yeah, you have to. That shit was happened. That shit happened. I mean, we're talking about this asshole, Virgil V. Stallion, out here just twerking for everybody left and right.
I love that it's Odegaard taking the picture too. That
I
yes,
mean,
that
if you can bash Arsenal and Liverpool in the same photo, I mean,
yes,
I'm gonna give myself one of those, man. So,
yes.
but that was a topic of discussion, Jules. But Delit, I know someone was talking about Delit. Yeah, Delit, that's future captain for me right there. He's
Mhm.
not even old. He's like what 25 now. Like he's fine, dude. He's just fine. So
Yeah,
Buck says Coleman must hate Delit. Doesn't even select him. And I mean, Coleman. Did we really take managerial tips from
Coleman.
Coleman?
Yeah, no. So I don't understand the Coleman hate for Delict. That doesn't make sense for me. But
Yeah, I don't.
on
I
the plus
mean,
side, Delict is well rested, so
yeah, I have no problem with that. We'll see if Mizraoi's
yeah.
fit. Obviously, we'll do a preview for that on Friday. I'm gonna keep trying. I have to wait till after the presser, mostly because I want to see who's fit. See who's fit for Liverpool. There are a couple question marks. Allison, Gravenberg, Konate. These guys might be out for Liverpool. Endo might not be in, and then they've got players who are just not performing. I don't even know. Like, I forgot they signed Fleury and Wirtz sometimes because he's not doing anything on the pitch. So I forgot they signed Jeremy Frimpong because he's not even barely playing. So and Liverpool aren't getting enough shit for that. So yeah, like Jules, kind of like where we are. Keep him, back him. Let's see. Yeah, and that's what we're saying. Jules, good on the ball. I've seen this dude Cruyff turn people in his own box, dude. Like that takes some balls, dude. But I have no problem with him whatsoever. Jules says Coleman is a bit of an arsehole. He's like not to sound like xenophobe. He's just when it comes to tactics and man, he's very Dutch. Like some
Yep.
managers, some Dutch
Well,
managers are very, very Dutch with their tactics. It's very slow. It's very possession. It's very just
and
let's move the ball. Like, what were you saying?
no, he's got a little bit of arrogance too, just because he's like, I coached Barcelona, and like that's like the end all be all. I get that kind of. I remember when he got hired. I remember when he left. I was like, dude, come on now.
Yeah,
Like,
I got no faith. I mean,
it's not. You didn't do that good of a job.
The Netherlands haven't had great luck with managers since 2014 when Louis van Gaal left. De Boer was an absolute disaster. I just maybe get
Mhm.
Ruud in there. I think Ruud can turn him around. Ruud would be a good shout, huh?
Oh yeah.
I know he helped out. He was an assistant for them for a hot second as well. So yeah, yeah. So this is what I do with my time during the day is just come up with ways to rip on Liverpool. If we win on the weekend, I can't be held responsible for anything I say. I'm just fully accepting the fact that this will be demonetized, that match reaction. Like, I don't even plan on it. I'm just not going to give a single fuck on that video. I will get a giant Gatorade thing, put a big Scouse Tears label on it, and just pour it over myself during the video. I don't even care. um, Matt Hatter's in the house. Didn't he get fired? Dude, who didn't get fired from
He did
Barcelona?
get fired. Yep.
Who doesn't? Ian's out of here. Big up, man. Good to see you guys. Thank you
Ian,
guys
have a
for
good night, man.
stopping by. He's an absolute legend in the UVE WhatsApp group. Again, starting 11 Legends members. You can get access to that. There is a community tab post. The link is in there. Only starting 11 Legends members can see it because that's 2 of 4. So please limit it to the starting 11 members. Don't go sharing it with your mom and stuff because that would be awkward. But like to get everybody involved. So, but thank you guys. We are going to wrap it up there. Leave you guys with that little tidbit until the weekend, and maybe he could have a future in modeling. Maybe that's what he's practicing for. Virgil D. Stallion out here, doing his thing, just working, dude. Just that's how you defend right there. Best defender in the league right there, you
Hmm.
guys. Look at that shit, Virgin Van Dickless. Oh man,
There you go.
maybe we'll have a Virgil Van Dickless like nickname contest one of these days. What you guys take it easy. Thank you guys for stopping by. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, check those memberships. It's the best way to get involved in the channel as well. Check the Unitedverse Everybody store if you guys want to. Danny, I've never seen him with his ponytail out. I would want to see I want to know if it's poofy or if it's like long. What do you guys think, Dylan? Poofy or like long?
I think it's long. I don't
You
think
think
it's
it's long?
poofy.
I'm going poofy just because I think I would want to see it.
Okay.
Dylan, any final thoughts on the night?
No, no, nothing right now. Just because I'm not sure what the weekend's going to look like. I just want to say let's go get some. Let's get a result here against the Scousers. Fuck them. I want to keep some of that momentum we've got going. I want to see Lamans, just absolutely stonewall these fuckers.
So obviously you're not going to be here for the preview. What's your prediction now?
So as of right now, no one want to know, and the constant fear I have that United teams will let me down based on the last several years.
Is it fear if there's
of
evidence
pain.
that supports it? If there's overwhelming evidence to support that, is it really fear? Is it just like
Uh,
wisdom at this point?
No, yeah, I'm gonna go 4-1 Liverpool, but I really want that to switch to be 4-1 United.
All right. So Dylan's throwing in an early prediction of 4-1 Liverpool.
Yeah.
Jules loves the energy. I have my
I
prediction.
try, Jules. I try not.
That's funny. I'm gonna have to think about it. Verging on the Vandiculous. There you go. I like that one. I'm liking
Oh, that's a good one, Steph.
I'm
Oh,
liking on that.
that. All right. Yes, that's poster
Oh,
material right there. That.
that's t-shirt material. I mean, can I make a t-shirt
Yeah,
of
that's right.
the Liverpool player? If he does it again, if he does more meme stuff, I'm definitely just doing a meme of him and just post. I don't even care. I'll give him away
Oh
for
yeah.
free at this point. I'll buy 100 myself and just ship them to everybody. Um, all right, guys, that's gonna be it for us. My throat's sore because you guys had me dying laughing at that Jamie Carragher shit. Oh man, I don't know when the last time I laughed that hard was. But Dylan, take it easy. Say good night to the folks and thank you and all that funness.
All right, everybody. Thank you for a great night. I really enjoyed this one. I mean we have a good one every time. Just I don't often get to hear Sean or anyone laugh that hard, so that was awesome. Um, and again, always good conversation.
Ugh.
And who doesn't like to give shit to Liverpool? So hope everybody has a good night, Sean. Thanks again for having me on. Ever love doing this all the time. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I know you're busy too, so
I'm thanking you, man. You're the absolute legend for taking time. You've got this cat, you've got school and stuff, man. You've got these little chitlins that you've got to teach on a regular basis and stuff. So appreciate you, man. I know you're plotting your takeover, so I think keep your enemies closer,
slowly
right?
but surely.
I just gotta keep an eye on
That's
you.
right.
So take it easy, guys. Thank you for stopping by tonight. Come back for the Liverpool preview on Friday afternoon. I've got clients. I got class tomorrow, and I got clients. So busy. But we will be back. So take it easy, you guys. Enjoy your night. If you weren't able to catch the live, leave a comment. You guys know I'll check those comments out as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.